This is take 572 because my audio quit working and I keep being attacked by my prop holder back here. Today, as you're reading, you are going to look at different types of irony. And so you're going to have to understand what irony is. So I'm going to ask you to pause this video and get out your note paper so that you can write down the 3 different types that you'll be looking for. Okay, so hopefully you paused it and got out your paper. So let's look at the 3 different types that you'll be looking for today. The first type is verbal irony. Verbal, V-E-R-B-A-L. Verbal is when you say one thing, but you mean another. And you guys are experts at verbal irony. Now, most of the time this comes off as sarcasm. Like, oh no, I don't mind getting hit in the back of the head by this flag behind me. When I actually do. Or, no, please continue talking back there in the back row. I don't mind you talking over me. Verbal irony. Again, we're saying one thing when we mean another. Dramatic irony. Dramatic. As in, some of you are very dramatic, but not I. Okay, dramatic irony is when you, the reader, know more than the characters do. That's not to say that you're more intelligent than they are. It's just that you have more information than they do. Think about watching a scary movie and you know that the killer is hiding in the upstairs closet. Our stupid blonde does not know that, and she goes running up the stairs instead of out the front door. And you're screaming at her, "Don't open the door," because you know that's where the killer is. But what does she do? She opens the door. Now, you know this because you've seen where the room that the killer has walked in, and she doesn't know this. Dramatic irony. The third is situational irony. Situation. This is when the opposite of what you expect to happen is what happens. If you stay up all night preparing for a test, then you expect to be prepared for that test and ace that test. But then, because you stayed up all night, you end up falling asleep the minute the test starts, and you flunk the test because you stayed up all night. That's situational. A knight wearing full, metal gear, you expect him to be protected. But let's say a lightning strikes and it travels through the water and hits his metal gear. Everyone else is fine, but he gets electrocuted. The gear that's supposed to protect him is actually what hurts him. Again, situational. It's the opposite of what we expected. And we're going to see a lot of situational irony, a lot of dramatic irony, and also a lot of verbal irony. So keep this in mind as you're reading today, that as you're reading what type of irony you're seeing. You'll also have several questions to answer as you're reading. Make sure you're citing evidence from the documents. See you next week.